observed in 2019 has been the moderation in economic growth in both the developed as well as in the emerging economies, amidst the concerns of the trade tensions, continued volatility in commodity markets, and the geopolitical developments. The pace of growth of the key economies, namely US, Eurozone, Japan, and South Korea, remained modest throughout 2019. Commodity prices were also volatile during the year. The price of crude oil had dropped in the recent 2 months after reaching a high in October this year. Meanwhile, the price of crude palm oil has been on an uptrend since the start of the year as supply continues to soften and demand has remained robust. On the home front, our economy did remain resilient despite the moderating growth trend. It could have been a lot worse. In the third quarter, Malaysia registered a growth of 4.4% year over year, mainly due to the slowing growth of the construction, mining, and quarrying sectors. On a positive note, Malaysia's current account surplus and net foreign direct investment remained positive in the third quarter. The ringgit, however, remained undervalued amidst volatile US-China trade negotiations and the concerns on the declining domestic gross fixed capital formation. Now, while financial markets has remained highly volatile, the global markets have seen some rebound year to date, with all, especially in the US, Germany, and Japan, having ended significantly higher for the year. In this macroeconomic environment, the domestic equity market in Malaysia, however, also did remain volatile, with the FBM KLCI index experiencing a decline by 7.2% for the year to date, making it one of the weakest performing indexes globally. This marks the 5th year out of 6 consecutive years, except for 2017, when it had increased, that the Malaysian market has experienced a contraction. Going forward, the global growth momentum is expected to continue to remain modest amidst a number of downside risks. The International Monetary Fund has adjusted the 2019 global growth forecast to 3% from 3.6% earlier as a result of negative effects from higher tariffs. The key factors affecting the global economy and markets are the unresolved trade tensions, geopolitical uncertainties, volatilities in the commodity markets, and also uncertainty in the global policy space. While the global growth expanded on a more moderate pace, on the domestic front, the overall 2019 Malaysian GDP projection remains at 4.5%, underpinned by a resilient domestic sector amidst weak external environment. There is, however, potential for there to be a better performance in the second half of the year in 2020 as some of the prevailing risks begin to recede. At the same time, ringgit is expected to continue to be range-bound until the second quarter of 2020. The global markets are, however, expected to remain highly volatile during the year, so it's going to be another challenging year for us. Earnings performance, the recovery in the commodity prices and capital flows, and market sentiment will be the factors determining and affecting the Malaysian market going into 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, we now turn to the income distribution of Amanah Saham Bumiputra ASB for 2019. ASB was launched in 1990 as PNB's flagship fixed price unit trust fund, with investment objectives being of generating long-term, consistent and competitive returns to unit holders while ensuring the preservation of capital at minimal risk tolerance levels. So in essence, these investments have a long-term investment horizon. Between 1990 and 2018, PNB has distributed a total payout of 128 billion to our ASB unit holders. Together with a bonus from PNB, this amount has reached a total payout of 142.9 billion. So since inception, investors' trust in ASB has continued to grow significantly, with units in circulation now reaching 162.2 billion, recording a year-to-date growth of 7.2%, and in tandem has also number of unit holders increased to hit the 10 million mark this year. So we're very pleased that our unit holders have continued to increase, and we have now surpassed the 10 million mark this year. Indeed, this is a significant milestone for us at PNB and ASNB. It is important to note that ASB's income distribution has remained competitive over the years, outperforming the 12-month fixed deposit and KLCI annual price return, albeit slowly moderating, reflecting the challenging market conditions. To continue delivering sustainable returns, ASB's portfolio diversification is well underway, with judicious deployment into global markets and increased exposure to fixed income. It is gratifying to see that our global diversification strategy for ASB has yielded positive results, with the international public equity generating the highest return at 11.6%. So had we not diversified to international markets, we would have been, it would have been even more challenging to generate returns. The income generated by ASB, therefore, has continued to be resilient, supported by stable core earnings of dividends and interest income. I'm pleased to announce an income distribution of 5 cents per unit, with a bonus of distribution of 0.5 cents per unit for Amanah Saham Bumiputra for the financial year ending 31st December 2019. Dengan sukacitanya, saya mengisytiharkan pengagihan pendapatan sebanyak 5 sen seunit dan pengagihan bonus sebanyak 0.5 sen seunit untuk Amanah Saham Bumiputra bagi tahun kewangan berakhir 31 Disember 2019. This brings ASB's total cumulative income distribution and bonus to 152 billion ringgit since its inception. This reflects commendable resilience in PNB's ability to deliver our mandate to unit holders even during uncertain and challenging times. Ladies and gentlemen, undoubtedly the challenge in the year 2019 in both the global and domestic markets was weighed down by tightening monetary policy, fund outflows from emerging markets, and growing concerns over trade disputes and uncertainties generated by geopolitical concerns. PNB will continue to navigate these challenging times, and we have done for more than 40 years to ensure that we continue to deliver sustainable returns to our unit holders. We will continue to strengthen our investment portfolio in this challenging period via our diversification strategy, tighter risk management, and enhancing our internal capabilities through progressive organizational transformation. Our future investments will be geared towards capturing new opportunities and meeting the challenges in 2020 and beyond. We greatly value the trust and confidence that our unit holders have placed in us over the 4 decades, and we will continue to uphold this trust always. Before I conclude, I would like to say thank you to the team at PNB who've worked very hard during this year to ensure that we are able to conclude this year on a positive note for generating the income distribution announced today and for reaching the 10 million mark for the ASB unit holders. Finally, to all those here who are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, and to everyone else, wishing you a very happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri. May I request for Tan Sri to remain on stage for this